mute their speakers, and we will be happy to answer any questions you have. You can feel free to pose questions in the chat. So welcome, everyone. My name is Melissa Rysak, and I'm the Vice President of Communications for IPMI. We are very, very excited to have all of you here. We are here for our first-time attendee orientation question and answer. So whether you are a first-timer or whether you have joined us just to get a refresher, we are happy to take you through how to make the most out of your conference experience. And do please pose any questions you have in the chat as we go. We will be happy to stop and answer those questions along the way. So again, my name is Melissa Rysak, and joining me today from our amazing IPMI team is Jennifer Booth, who is our Manager for Member Engagement, and Rita Pagan, who is our Vice President for Meetings and Conventions. So you have our A team with you today. We also have Tyler Perkins off in the background there, who is our Coordinator for Marketing and Communications. And we are here to help you maximize your conference experience. Our objectives today. We would like for you to know what to expect at this year's conference. We want to share resources to help you plan your conference and expo experience. We want to help you to select the education sessions that will be best for you and best for your organization. We want to have you meet other attendees and make some new connections. And we want to share tips and strategies to help you make the most out of your conference experience. So for today's agenda, we're going to go through some general information, sharing some resources, take you through the expo hall, talk to you about the education and events you'll experience at conference, give you some tips and strategies, and answer any questions that you might have. So we're going to start out with tip number 1, do your homework. Before you come to conference and expo, before that airplane lands, before you get to your hotel, do your homework on the conference itself, the schedule, on the education sessions, and on the networking events. Make sure that you've read ahead and that you know which experiences are going to benefit both you and your career and professional development, as well as the information you'll be bringing back to your organization and for your peers. We want to make sure that you get the most out of your experience. If you show up on site and haven't looked at anything yet, and you will have a schedule that tells you what's happening, but you won't have had a chance to really get an in-depth look on all of the different sessions and all of the different networking events. We want to make sure that you have enough time to review and figure out what is best for you. Your organization has invested in you, invested time and invested money for you to join us at conference, and we want to make sure that they get an excellent return on that investment. So make sure you do your homework and that you study up. Starting in our general information, getting connected, getting plugged in, my most important, getting caffeinated, getting fed, and getting social. So let's walk you through. First of all, getting plugged in to power up. We will have charging stations throughout the conference layout on the second floor. You can also pick up a portable device at the registration desk if you need to. And we have all of our charging and power up sponsored by SCADATA. So we certainly thank them very much for that. So if for some reason you are in need of charging, there will be resources for you for that. Getting connected. We have high-speed internet, Wi-Fi while you're attending conference and expo. We have the network name here if anyone wants to take a picture, screenshot. Rita, where else will this Wi-Fi information be available?
It'll be on signage throughout the event, so they'll be able to get it, and we'll post it periodically in the mobile app.
Excellent. And we will get to the mobile app in a minute, but watch for those pushes in the mobile app because Rita's constantly putting out information that's important for you to know there. Next, get caffeinated. Coffee service. You can get coffee service on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mornings. Here are the times that it is available and where you will be able to find it. You'll be able to find that each morning. Monica, what can we answer for you? Oh, that's okay. Just saying hi. Hi. Any questions you have, just make sure that you chime in. So this is where you will find your coffee service in the mornings. All of this information, Rita, is also available in the guide they'll receive on conference.
And in the mobile app, yes.
Excellent. Getting fed. So lunch is going to be provided each day. Here are the days and times and where you will be able to find those lunches. There's always plenty of seating available. We encourage you to make sure that you plan through that throughout the day. There are some activities that run through some of these times, but not all of the time. Everyone should have the ability to at least take some of that portion time to be able to grab lunch. Getting social. We absolutely love tags. Anytime you're on social media, tag us, whether it's on LinkedIn, Facebook, or on Instagram. And our social media team will be watching for those posts and reposts. We certainly love to share all of your great thoughts, all of your pictures. So just make sure that you are interacting with us as you post to social media. And now we come to tip 2, be strategic. When you grab your coffee or food, that is a wonderful, wonderful time to turn around to the people behind you, the people in front of you, and introduce yourself and make new connections. Every single moment you are at conference is an opportunity to either learn or to network, make new connections, make new business prospects. So use every opportunity possible. When you are going to grab your lunch, instead of sitting with your team, go and find a table of people you don't know and sit down and introduce yourself. It's uncomfortable for some, it's awkward for some, but we have the best community in the best industry. People are welcoming, people want to make new connections, and you will find that when you put yourself out there, you are easily able to engage in conversation. So we encourage you to look at every interaction, getting coffee, getting your lunches, walking through the hallways, taking the escalator. Be strategic and use those times to meet new people. Next, the resources that you're given for conference. So you have multiple resources to help guide your experience. When you arrive on site and check in, you'll be given a printed program brochure. You also have the mobile app, which is your online resource for all things conference. And then we have the registration desk, which is open from the beginning of conference to the very end. And the staff at that desk is trained to help you answer any questions you may have. Starting with the app, and that's tip number 3, don't wait, download the app. And in case that's not clear, do it now in all caps. It can do it right now. Apple or Android, scan our QR code. It'll take you right to the App Store and it'll help you download. Everyone received a confirmation email, and the password to help you access the app is in that email. If you have lost that email or if you have trouble, all you need to do is email conference@parking-mobility.org, and our conference team will help you access that app. And Rita, I know we have kind of a quirky thing with people who've had the app on their phone before. Did you want to tell them what they need to do if that's the case?
Sure. So the password was actually in a dedicated app email. So you should have a mobile app email that also has these QR codes, but that has your personalized password in it. But again, if you do not have that email or you did not receive it, if you've registered in the last couple of days, you can email that conference email box. But yes, if you have already downloaded the app, which if you're first timers, you probably have not, but I would suggest deleting the old version of the app and then re-downloading and using your email and password to log in.
Great. And again, any questions you have or problems with the app, you just send an email to conference@parking-mobility.org and our conference team will help you with it. So again, you downloaded within the app, you're able to personalize your agenda. So going back to tip 1 of doing your homework, as you identify the sessions that you think will be beneficial, you can check them off and have them become part of your agenda. If there are 2 or 3 sessions in the course of one time block that look great to you, check off all 3 and make a decision game time. But either way, it will help you to feel less overwhelmed and give you more of a roadmap to what you'd like to do in each time slot. The app also allows you to connect with conference attendees. You can send invitations to meet through the app. You can see who's coming. And so it's a great resource. Everyone should be downloading that as soon as possible. The Expo Hall. So the Expo Hall hours are listed here. The hours are designed to not conflict or to conflict as little as possible with our education sessions. We don't want people to have to choose between, do I go to an education session or do I hit the floor? We want the expo floor to be the focus of these large blocks of time so that people don't have to choose which to be at. So these are your expo hall times. You have an expo hall map in your app, and you have a listing of the vendors, which takes you to their descriptions. So make sure you're using the app for that. But as you can see, the expo hall is huge, which is so exciting. There's so much opportunity on that floor. And we definitely encourage you to have a plan. Perhaps you figure out which quadrant you can hit in which time frame. There has to be some kind of, I know I'm type A, I come up with a pattern that I have to go through to make sure I hit everybody, but use some time to do your homework and figure out a plan of attack on the expo hall floor. And that brings us to our tip floor. Spend meaningful time in the expo hall. If you are an end user owner, if you are an operator, if you have a parking organization, if you are a service provider, this is the future of parking and mobility. The vendors and the service providers on this floor know more than anyone about what's coming up in parking, transportation, and mobility. Do not hesitate to walk through every booth and ask them to tell you about what they do. You will learn more in that time than you can in any other way at conference and expo. There are products you've never heard of. There are services that seem futuristic. This is where you're going to find your next project, your next vendor, your next partner. So please make sure that during those expo hall times, you are using the time to really, really have great conversations with those vendors. Even if it's a service you don't see yourself using now, you never know what the future holds. So make sure that you make the most out of that expo hall time. Now we get to our education and events. So we're going to take you through our opening events, general sessions, the tracks of education, shop talks, learning labs, and tours. Opening welcome event is always one of the highlights of conference, and this year will be absolutely no exception. We will be at the Kentucky Derby Museum, and yes, we will be decked out in our Derby best. And yes, we have hats, we have fascinators, we have lots of puckered cotton, we have floral dresses, we have prints. Please make sure that you come in whatever you're comfortable in, but we would love to see the majority showing up in some type of Derby attire. I love my hat. I'm very excited. What other excuse to have to wear the fascinators? So we have shuttles that will be running from the hotels to the welcome event itself. We have a bunch of stuff to do there. And Rita, what else you got?
I just wanted to mention that if anyone didn't sign up for the hat decorating workshop, we do have the team from the Kentucky Derby Museum coming on Sunday to the Convention Center from 11 to 3. It's a free workshop, and they'll bring all the stuff that you can decorate your own hat. So if you want to put your name in the chat, I can get that added to your registration record.
Fantastic. We want to really, really thank the supporters and sponsors who help us to fund this event. We've got T2, Discover Global Network, Park Mobile, and Passport. They help us make this a memorable event every year. I've asked Rita 3 times to confirm we are indoors. So if it rains, if it's hot, that's okay. We've got you covered. And again, shuttles will take you both to the event and back after the event. Rita, you have a question in the chat.
Yes, they're providing the hats and for men and women, and then all the things that you can decorate personally yourself.
I am going to offer a tip here that's not in the PowerPoint. Amazon has fantastic derby hats and fascinators for $19.99 and less. So I just want to throw that out there.
Many for $10.
There you go. Thanks, Jen. And it was so fun picking them out, I must say. General sessions. We have 2 plenary sessions that are for all attendees in our ballroom. The first on Monday is our opening general session. There we will bestow the chair and lifetime achievement awards, as well as having an absolutely amazing keynote. Dr. Rebecca Heiss, whose topic Fearless is about not only managing stress, but how to turn stress into an advantage. That will be at 10:30 on Monday, and doors will open for that at about 10 o'clock. That is sponsored by Fiserv. We thank them. And then Tuesday, we have our awards and recognition ceremony. This is also another highlight of conference. We will be bestowing awards to the best, brightest, and most amazing and innovative organizations, people, and projects throughout our industry. We will also be recognizing the first class of parking enforcement and compliance professionals, as well as the first class of parking transportation and mobility professionals, PTMPs, formerly CAP. So it's a very exciting time for us in these two new recognitions. You can join us at 9 o'clock, sponsored by Walter P. Moore, and breakfast is in that same room from 8 to 9. So you will be able to come in from 8 to 9, get your seat, eat your breakfast, and then stay there through the session. Rita, I believe there was a question on the shuttles in the chat.
Yeah.
It just was typing it in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, there are shuttles. They are not leaving from all of the hotels because we have 10. So the shuttle schedule is in the mobile app. There's a tab for it. It's literally at the bottom of the screen. And you can see which properties the hotels are picking up at. We tried to group them as close as we could to each grouping of hotels that are near each other. So you shouldn't have to walk too far to hop on one.
And don't forget, if you have a specific question about your hotel, you look in the app, you're still not sure, email conference@parking-mobility.org, and we'd be happy to make sure the conference team answers your questions. Next, our education sessions. We have topics for all experience levels, every sector, every job responsibility. We have shop talks by industry, so you look through that list and see which ones you're interested in. And that brings us to tip number 5 for the education sessions. I have a couple of tips for this. First of all, don't just look at the topics, look at who's presenting. Ask yourself, are these people that I can learn from? Are they going to have something that I can take away from? Are they either similar to me in responsibility? Are they similar to my client type who I'm trying to work with or partner with? Have they done my job before? Sometimes the topics don't sound as good as they are on paper. It's challenging, I know. So look at the presenters and not just the topics. Read the bios and ask yourself if this presenter is someone who can bring wisdom to the table, and choose those that best inform your work. Tip number 6 along these same lines, and this is very, very important. If a session is not what you thought, or as you sit through the session, you do not think you're going to take away something actionable, switch sessions. The speakers will not be offended. The speaker would want you to get the most out of their conference experience. So if you are sitting in there for the first 5 to 7 minutes and you realize it's not what you thought, pick up, excuse yourself and walk out, and find another session to sit in instead. It is really important that you get value, and the speakers will not judge for you walking out. Find something that will be better for you. I know for me, when I go to a conference, I always pick the sessions that I know I want to go to, and I pick a backup in each category just in case it's not what I thought it would be, so I know which other room to hop to. So we are inviting you to attend our on-site First Timers Networking session. We will not be talking about any of these things. We will not address the app unless you have questions. We will not be talking about the schedule. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do. It's a secret. But I will tell you that you'll walk out feeling much more prepared to tackle conference. This is one of my personal favorite things to lead. I love doing it. We get very, very good feedback every year on how this session jumpstarts the rest of the conference for you. So please put this on your calendar, 11 to 12 on Sunday, June 8th. And remember, it is not going to be redundant. You're going to learn new things that will prepare you to succeed with conference. So just a few more tips to take you through. Find education partners. When you are looking at sessions, if there are multiple sessions you wish you can be in, but you can only be in one place at one time, find other people in your social network who might be going to those other sessions and make a plan to meet up for coffee afterwards and swap notes. It'll help amplify the things that you can learn, and it will actually help you be in more than one place at one time. So try to find partners who will go to opposite sessions with you and share information. Power down from work. We all have a full-time job that is very important to us, and we are stepping away for a few days to be here, but our jobs don't stop. We understand that. If it is possible for you to work break times into your schedule to go and check your email, return phone calls, We find that if you can power down for a little while and focus on the task at hand, and then use those break times to get caught up, you will get more out of it. Can you be on your phone for 3 days at conference? You can. Can you be on emails and responding to things during education sessions? Of course you can. Is that how you're going to get the best return on investment from your conference? It's not. So if it's possible to try to block out times for you to do that throughout the day, it works out best for most attendees and gets you the best return. Step outside of your comfort zone. If you are in parking enforcement, maybe you try some sessions on facility design and facility maintenance. If you are in parking operations, maybe you check something more on the parking enforcement side. This is a chance for you to learn new things and to take new ideas back to your organizations. You certainly should look for sessions that will enhance your ability to do your current job, but you should also look for sessions that will enhance your ability to do your next job. That doesn't mean your next company. It means your next position within the company you're with now. It means your future career. So look for opportunities to do things that are different and not necessarily within your normal silo. And meet new people. Conference is the single best way for you to meet people in your network and grow it that understand who you are and what you do. Parking, mobility, and transportation people, we are a unique kind, but you are going to be surrounded by almost 3,000 unique individuals. You got a bunch of unicorns around. So make sure you're using this time to meet as many people as possible. I also encourage you to consider, again, outside of your comfort zone, what a connection is. Remember that someone you're going to do business with isn't the only kind of connection. Finding people outside of your silo, finding people who do different jobs than you do, enhance your ability to do your job through new learning. So don't limit yourself in who you're networking with. Make sure you're meeting as many different types of people as possible. So that is the basics of the information that we wanted to provide to you. You're all very lucky I'm from Philly and I speed talk. So I got you through this in 24 minutes. We would love at this point to answer any questions that you have. You can either raise your hand, you can put them in the chat. You can actually kind of shout them out if you have questions. What can we answer for all of you? Man, I must be really good at this. No questions. Oh, we got one.
Yeah, I have a question. So I
Sure.
am flying in on Saturday night and Sunday morning. I'm registered for the golf event.
Yes.
So I'm sure it's somewhere on the website, but I have no idea where I'm supposed to be. And it's kind of before the conference even starts. So just wondering if I could get some more information on that.
I will take this one. There will be a what to know before you go specifically for golf. It will go out before the end of the week, and that will let you know. It'll reiterate the shuttle schedule, and it'll give you all the information for the golf event itself.
Perfect.
Rita, I'm going to read a question out loud, and I believe I know the answer, but correct me if I'm wrong. Do you know if there are shuttles from the airports? I know that IPMI is not directly offering shuttles from the airports, but some of the hotels that you're staying at might. So that's something you would want to check with your hotel. Rita, is that the answer?
I don't think many hotels offer shuttles anymore, but yes, check their website depending on where you're staying. But yes, there are no IPMI shuttles to and from the airport. Great.
I'm going to skip Gabriel for 1 second. April, we absolutely will send this recording out as a follow-up to all attendees. Next question, Rita, I'm going to need to address you again. What is the scavenger hunt and how does it work?
Scavenger hunt is in the mobile app. It will go live. You won't see it right now because it's not quite live yet. The event date does not start till Monday when the Expo Hall opens. But there are exhibitors that you can go, especially the startup pavilion. There are exhibitors booths that you can go to, and they'll have a QR code in their booth, and you get points for visiting and engaging with them. We're also giving out some Amex gift cards and a few prizes to one of the top 10 people in the app.
Awesome. Next question, Rita, again, I think I can handle. Do we all get conference passes? You do. When you register, you'll get your lanyard with your conference ID, and that'll be what you need to get in and out of the education sessions in the expo hall. Do you have anything you need to add to that, Rita?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What other questions does anyone have? Rita, so just to confirm, the shuttles will only run on Sunday. The app only shows shuttle service for the Derby and golf event.
Correct. We are not shuttling from the hotels to the convention center. We are only shuttling for events that are attached to it, the opening, golf, and then if you are registered for any of the tours, municipal tours, or the university tour, there will be shuttles for those as well.
And they're not directly from the attendees' hotel. The shuttles for the tours are from the convention center, correct?
Correct. They leave from the convention center and drop back off at the convention center.
Great. We do have something major that I just realized we forgot in our presentation, and that is that for the first time ever, IPMI is hosting a bingo night. And the reason we're hosting a bingo night is because we hosted bingo at our leadership summit over the winter, and it was the most fun. And we had such positive feedback that we knew we had to bring it into the big room at conference. So we do have limited seating still available for bingo. And you can email conference@parkingmobility.org to register, or you can register at the registration desk, Rita, when you check in. That's accurate, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yep. And bingo is $50, which benefits the IPMI Certification Scholarship Fund. And for that $50 registration, you get 10 rounds of bingo with all the cards. And you also get 2 drink tickets. Plus, you get an amazingly fun night. So, not going to tell you who the bingo caller is, but it might be a certain curly hair girl from Philly who loves bingo like I love cake. So, do not miss it. It's going to be awesome. And if you haven't registered yet, you still can. Any other questions? Adrian, that is a wonderful question. So he's asking any advice for solo attendees who also have a booth. Rita, is there any advice that you have there?
I would say definitely engage in the app. You know, you can, as an exhibitor, post in the attendee feed. So, you know, get people to come to your booth to come meet you. There's also, I would like to mention, the First Timers Lounge. So if you're looking for a meetup place in the expo hall to meet with people, you can definitely direct them to that lounge. There's some soft seating there and a backdrop that you can take your picture on. And it's backed by the IPMI booth.
Great. And keeping in mind on that solo attendee who also has a booth, you will have nice breaks in the schedule where the attendees are all in the education sessions. So hopefully that will allow you some time to get around and network with some of the other vendors as well. So there should be plenty of opportunity for you still to be able to get away from the booth for a while and meet the other attendees and participate in the activities. Do we need to register for any of the sessions on the app or just show up? You never need to pre-register for the regular education sessions. The registration on the app is really to help you create an agenda. And if you are checked off to attend it on the app, you have no obligation to do so. It's really just to help you build your agenda. Jennifer, I hate to put you on the spot, but is there anything else you wanted to add for anyone?
I don't think so. I did just want to, if you have any questions at any point, that by staff will be there, you know, every time we're open. So if you have any questions, you can go to the reg desk, or you can come to us at the info desk and we can help you.
And Adrian, if you would like to send an email to conference@parking-mobility.org, the conference team can check into that shuttle provider for you and respond. The login info is not the same on the app as it is on the website. Again, the login info for the app would have come in a separate email from the conference with the app information and login. If you're having trouble with your login on the app, you can email conference@parking-mobility.org and they can help you with your login information. I do also want to point out that all of you should have by now gotten a introduction email from the IPMI online community called Forum. You've all been added to the conference attendees network community, and you also can post questions in that community at any time. Tyler Perkins, who's on this call, monitors that community for us. And as he sees questions in that community, he'll certainly be answering them. So don't hesitate to post them in Forum as well. Any other questions we can answer for you? Yes, absolutely. Putting the email right now in the chat. There you go. Brian, good idea. Thank you. Great. And as Jen mentioned, the staff is always going to be available to help you. When the Expo hall floor is open, the IPMI booth will be manned. So you certainly will. It will not be manned. It will be personed. It will be staffed. So you can
It will
feel
most
free
likely
to
be womaned.
It will be womaned. So you can feel free to check in at the IPMI booth, but remember also that the registration desk is open for the entire span of conference, and that is your best place to go and ask any specific questions. Time could we check in on Sunday? Rita, do you know what time registration is open on Sunday?
Sunday registration opens at 8 o'clock and it'll be open till 5.
There you go. And that means you can check in anytime from 8 to 5 on Sunday.
And you do not need your badge or to check in to attend the opening event. If you are not getting in until after sessions end, feel free to just hop on a shuttle. We are not scanning or any of that stuff at the opening.
Great. Excellent. Well, we are fully available between now and conference time to answer any questions that you have. You have the email there. We will send an email out to everyone who is registered to attend this session with the recording so that you can look up any answers you may need. You have the resources of the app. You have the IPMI Forum online community. You have the email that you can send conference at. We are ready and able to answer your questions, and I hope to see all of you at the First Timers Orientation on Sunday. And we are very much looking forward to welcoming you all on site. So thank you very much for your time today. And please remember that this conference attendance is going to be whatever you make it. So you want to make sure you abide by the tips and that you get as much return on your investment for your time and your company spend as you can. Happy to help you come up with ways to do that if you need it. So thank you very much for attending today. Appreciate all of you and see you all in Kentucky.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.